QS's.
Morning.
Good morning, Pure.
Yay for Friday.
Agree. Agree. Hey. No, I still got 8-Bit Theo on.
QS's.
How's the back doing?
A little better. Yeah, a little better. I've been stretching more throughout my day. Exercising daily. And icing at night. Because apparently that's what it takes.
Is icing better than heat?
Yeah, for what I'm up against, it is. Because my stuff is gets inflamed. It's not like I'm pulling a muscle like a quad or a, I don't know, or a calf.
R, the more you know.
At least that's what my chiropractor says. Which, by the way, that's on Monday. So I probably won't be able to stream on Monday. I got to take a look at the schedule. How you doing, Pure? I'm all wonky from playing games last night. Let's watch this video while I'm finishing up breakfast. Let's see, triad.
You don't want just asking this.
Then.
Hi.
Good morning, Ravi.
QS's.
Non-repudiation.
Doing good.
Cool.
You don't want just asking this.
TTS Echo.
Thank you. Say something so I can track it down.
Hugh says.
Kester.
You the one just asking says.
Test.
Really?
Theo says.
On-repudiation is an important function of cryptography. In this video, you'll learn about hashing, digital signatures, and non-repudiation.
Found it.
You the one just asking says.
Now fixed.
Thank you. Oh, it's 1.3. Hi, Robbie.
Says.
Hey Theo, happy new hair growth.
No, not really.
One of the important foundations of cryptography is ensuring that when someone
Good morning,
sends
Barney.
data to a third party, that third party is able to verify that that information really came from the sender. This is something that we think of all the time as part of a contract. We sign a contract at the bottom. It's our name, it's our signature. And if somebody was to look at this contract later, they could see our signature and could reasonably say that the contract was signed by us. Just like our signed contract, we have a similar set of features in cryptography. And today we'll look at how this non-repudiation works using proof of integrity and using proof of origin with high assurance of authenticity. Proof of integrity means that any data that we've received, we can verify that it's exactly the same data that was originally sent. This means that our data is accurate, consistent, and we know that nothing inside of the data we've received has been changed. In cryptography, we can accomplish this by using a hash. A hash is a short string of text that we can create based on data that is contained within the plain text. This is sometimes referred to
Morning,
as
Sweatshirts.
a digest or something like a fingerprint. This means that if anything changes with that data, we'll have a different fingerprint or a different hash. This is the same as an actual fingerprint. If the person changes, you'll see that the fingerprint
morning.
is very different.
Translated from
Although a
German.
hash is very good at
Translated
verifying
from
the
German.
integrity of the data, it doesn't associate that data with a particular individual. We can
Barney
verify
says,
that the data that we've received
distractions
is
for
exactly
10
the same
minutes.
as the data that
I'll
was
get my
sent,
points
but we
back.
can't verify who sent the data. However, there are ways to provide that additional One of the important foundations of cryptography is ensuring that when someone sends data to a third party, that third party is able to verify that
Metric
information
says,
really came
"No
from the sender.
distractions, then
This is
squats."
something that we think of
Brutal.
all the time as
Bonnie
part of a
says,
contract. We sign
Do
a
I get
contract
my
at the
points
bottom.
back if you get
It's our
distracted,
name,
Theo?
it's our signature.
Metric
And if
says,
somebody was to look at this contract later, they could see our
Translated from
signature
Dutch.
and could reasonably
says,
say that the contract
Theo, you
was
seen the
signed
release
by
of the
us.
F-signed documents?
Just like our signed contract, we have a similar set of features in cryptography. And today we'll look at how this non-repudiation works using proof of integrity and using proof of origin with high assurance of authenticity. Proof of integrity means that any data that we've received, we can verify that it's exactly the same data that was originally sent. This means that our data is accurate, consistent, and we know that nothing inside of the data we've received has been changed. In cryptography, we can accomplish this
Bonnie
by
says,
using a hash.
Do
A
we
hash
really
is
need
a
to
short
talk
string
about
of text that
disgusting
we can
people?
create based on data that is contained within the plain
Full
text.
Stack Live
This is
says,
sometimes referred to as a
morning,
message
Theo.
digest or
How's
something
life?
like a fingerprint. This means that if anything changes
Metric
with that
says,
data, we'll have
Plaza
a
nerd.
different fingerprint
I want
or a
to talk
different
about
hash.
Biden.
This is the same as an
JKJKL.
actual fingerprint. If the
Translated
person
from
changes,
Indonesian.
you'll see that the fingerprint is very different. Although a hash is very good at verifying the integrity of the data, it doesn't associate that data with a particular individual. We can verify that the data that we've received is exactly the same as the data that was sent, but we can't verify who sent the data. However, there are ways to provide that additional integrity. We'll talk about those in just a moment. Let's see how this hashing works by using a practical example. There is an organization called Project Gutenberg on the internet, and they have published the Gutenberg Encyclopedia. I downloaded volume 1 of that encyclopedia, and it's 8.1 megabytes of data. And then I ran an application that took all of that data and created a hash or a fingerprint of that particular encyclopedia volume 1. And here is the exact hash that I've created from that volume. Now, if I was to change one character inside of that file anywhere, although the size of the file is exactly the same after making the change, somewhere in that haystack of data, there is some type of difference. But it would be very difficult for a human to read through all of that data, 8.1 megabytes of text, and somehow determine where that individual change might be. But if you perform a hash
wonder
of
if
the
MD5
changed
is
data,
susceptible to
you'll
hash
see that the
collision.
hash value that I create is very different than the hash value that was original. So if I have downloaded this file, perform my own hash, and compare it to the original, I can see that something has indeed changed with this particular volume 1 of the Gutenberg Encyclopedia. At this point, we might want to download again to see if we happen to get a corrupted or modified version, or perhaps we perform a diff or a comparison between those two files to see exactly where the change might be between the original version of the volume 1 and the version that we received. By using these hashes, we're able to provide proof of integrity. We know if anything was changed when the information was sent from the original sender. But we can also add to this an additional level of integrity called proof of origin, where we can verify the person that sent the data to us. Sometimes you'll see this referred to as an authentication when we are looking at the source of the message. By using a digital signature, we provide non-repudiation. So not only do we know the person that has sent that data to us, but anyone else could examine this transaction and verify that the information we received really did come from the sending party. Just as someone can use a pen and paper to sign a contract and send it to you, in cryptography we use a digital signature. This digital signature uses a private key that is only known to the person who's sending the data. No one else has a copy of this private key. To verify that private key was used,
Stack
we
Live
use
says,
the public key
the
associated
pigeonhole
with that
principle
private
says that
key,
hash
and that
collisions
way
are
we can
inevitable.
assure that the information we
Algorithms
receive
just figuring
is not
alike
only
mechanism
the
that
same
happened.
as what it was sent, but we know that it had to be sent by the person who provided the digital signature. In practical terms, adding a digital signature to a document is usually created by clicking a box that says add a digital signature, and a lot of cryptography happens behind the scenes. Let's lift the hood a little bit and see what that process might be that's taking place when you check that box to add a digital signature. We'll start with a conversation that's occurring between Alice and Bob. Alice is sending a message to Bob that says, "You're hired, Bob." And the first thing that Alice will do is provide a digital signature before she sends it. The first thing that happens when she clicks that checkbox for the digital signature is that a hashing algorithm creates a hash of that plain text. In this case, the plain text is, "You're hired, Bob." Once that hash is created, we now need to have some way to verify that it really came from Alice. And since Alice is the only one with her private key, we're going to encrypt that hash with Alice's private key, take that encrypted hash, send it along with the plain text so that Bob is going to receive a message that says, "You're hired, Bob," and then attached to that message is a digital signature. In most cases, Alice is going to send that message over to Bob using email or some other type of electronic delivery. Bob is going to receive exactly that message that was sent. It says, "You're hired, Bob," with the digital signature included with it. Bob is going to use Alice's public key, which is a key available to anybody, and he's going to examine the digital signature and decrypt it using that public key. Once that decryption takes place, we have the original hash that was created of that plain text message. And at this point, Bob wants to see if the hash that was in that digital signature matches the hash of what he received. So he's going to perform the same hashing function that Alice originally performed. Bob is going to take the original plain text, run it through the same hashing algorithm to come up with a hash of what he received. Bob can now do a comparison to see if the hash that was included with the digital signature is the same as the hash that he manually created from the plain text. And if that matches, we not only know that the information we received is exactly the same as the information that was sent, but we know that it had to be sent from Alice. As I mentioned earlier, this entire process of creating a digital signature and verifying the digital signature is something that's usually created through clicking a button on your screen, or it's something that happens automatically. You normally never see this process occur, but having an understanding of the digital signature process and the verification of the digital signature process can help you better understand the integrity that we're looking for and the proof of origin that's so important when working by the person who provided the digital signature. In practical terms, adding a digital signature to a document is usually created by clicking a box that says add a digital signature, and a lot of cryptography happens behind the scenes. Let's lift the hood a little bit and see what that process might be that's taking place when you check that box to add a digital signature. We'll start with a conversation that's occurring between Alice and Bob. Alice is sending a message to Bob that says, "You're hired, Bob." And the first thing that Alice will do is provide a digital signature before she sends it. The first thing that happens when she clicks that checkbox for the digital signature is that a hashing algorithm creates a hash of that plain text. In this case, the plain text is, "You're hired, Bob." Once that hash is created, we now need to have some way to verify that it really came from Alice. And since Alice is the only one with her private key, we're going to encrypt that hash with Alice's private key, take that encrypted hash, send it along with the plain text so that Bob is going to receive a message that says, "You're hired, Bob," and then attached to that message is a digital signature. In most cases, we now need to have some way to verify that it really came from Alice. And since Alice is the only one with her private key, we're going to encrypt that hash with Alice's private key, take that encrypted hash, send it along with the plain text so that Bob is going to receive a message that says, "You're hired, Bob," and then attached to that message is a digital signature. In most cases, Alice is going to send that message over to Bob using email or some other type of electronic delivery. Bob is going to receive exactly that message that was sent. It says, "You're hired, Bob," with the digital signature included with it. Bob is going to use Alice's public key, which is a key available to anybody, and he's going to examine the digital signature and decrypt it using that public key. Once that decryption takes place, we have
She takes the hash of the plain text, uses her private key on it to create a digital signature, and a digital signature gets sent with the plain text and digital signature. That they send it with the digital signature and the plain text. But then this is where I get confused. When it goes back, you're decrypting it with her public key.
I'll recommend Computer File on for in-depth discussions of crypto algorithms.
And you get the hash back. So the private key and the public key do the same thing? Well, not the same thing. Her private key decrypts it, encrypts it. But then her public key decrypts it. Okay.
Takes place, we have the original hash that was created.
Maybe he said something.
Text message. That message that was sent says you're hired Bob with the digital signature included with it. Bob is going to use Alice's public key, which is a key available to anybody, and he's going to examine the digital signature and decrypt it using that public key. Once that decryption takes place, we have the
original mathematically coupled, but the public key can do everything the private key can.
But the public key can't do everything that the private key can. Okay. I'm taking that, those 100 points, Barney.
Raspberry Pi Supercomputer says,
All right, brethren, I'm off to work.
All right, Segura. Have a good day. Good morning. Good morning, Full Stack. How you doing? Zemetrix. Ravi over on YouTube. Thank you.
Zemetrix says,
Enjoy working. Lol.
That's some shit.
LMFAO.
Asney, how you doing today?
Some shit.
You told him have a good day at work and then you laughed out loud.
TBH.
Full Stack Live says,
Doing great. Waiting for my
I do
daughter
say
to
that
get
a
dressed
lot.
so can finally have breakfast.
That's my way of saying, oh, that's unfortunate. Ain't that some shit? That's right. That's right. The fam is back. Full Stack. The bachelor life is over. You actually got to put on clothes today. You can't be walking around in your drawers. And I got to I got to schedule time, schedule some time with you.
Zemetrix says,
Been waiting for my daughter for years now. Equals still hasn't had the opportunity to be born yet. Equals.
Oh my god.
Asma says,
Doing okay, just surprised you're doing this content. I was considering streaming my Slice It Plus study and look to see if anyone had done anything remotely comparable.
Zemetrix says,
Don't worry. Be happy.
Asney.
McFerrin's only hit equals.
Dude, it's a banger though, man. Come on. Don't worry, be happy.
You the one just asking says,
Go to Modibino Dance.
Yeah. Asni. Hey, welcome to the stream. It's not always a certificate study.
Says,
He's still got a lot of great jazz pieces worth listening to.
Just instruments? I didn't know that. Yeah, am I saying your name right too? I feel like I'm not. Asni? You should. You should stream your cybersecurity content. There's lacking cybersecurity content on Twitch. It's all over YouTube because it's you can frame it to be clickbaity and whatever the shit, hot
Patrick
takes
says,
and that kind of.
I would love to stream my security content, but I'd go to jail.
Why would you go to jail? Because what you're doing is illegal, or because you have?
Full Stack Live says,
You got to monetize it.
Symmetric says,
Oh my God.
Because my hat is not white, or blue, or grey.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'd still like to think there's some part that you could stream. Disconnect 247. Disconnect 24/7. God, I wish. Symmetrics is probably
Symmetric
close.
says,
Oh, like how to dox?
Maybe
As he
how to
says.
avoid being doxxed.
Almost like Osnay.
If you're the expert, if you are an expert in doxing or any of those black hat
Symmetric says,
activities, then you're also the expert on
that's
preventing it.
simple.
Don't
Just
be.
don't be a millennial or zoomer. I feel bad for those people.
So hey, hear me out. It's metrics. It's oh my God.
Full Stack
I've
Live
become the
says,
fish.
Simply live in an RV.
Symmetric says,
Grew up conditioned to share their entire lives online.
Yeah. Yep. But don't you find it interesting
Like
that
putting your real full name online. Holy shit, who does that?
I know who does that, right? By the way, if you'd like to follow me on LinkedIn, I could provide that for you. But don't you find it interesting that
Lol.
I feel like this it's the groups has not slid, has stayed. I don't know if I'm explaining this right. Like, I think we're similar age. So we grew up watching the internet bloom. Or I think I just missed the beginning of it. Because there was like chat boards on that you could access like on our AS400 mainframe at the college. No, like not the beginning, but here's my point. We saw a lot of that garbage happening, and I fell victim to a few scams in the beginning, right? And I learned best practices in the beginning also because it was starting small and it was a relatively easy thing to wrap your head around what you're doing and how it affects your privacy, right? But I feel like as I'm getting older people are still falling for a lot of scams. And young people are still falling for a lot of scams. So it feels like this moving target.
Full Stack Live says,
Bitnet, for example.
Symmetric says.
Yes.
Translated from Indonesian.
I think that's fascinating because like if you go back and like just research scams, and I know we're talking about like your privacy, but like even a lot of like social media, it's just like has a certain similar component to like that dude selling snake oil, or the drought. I'm mixing up all kinds of crap. But there's always been scammers. There's always been grifters. There's always been this component of our society of like people trying to manipulate others. And I think social media and the internet, I think that amplifies it. So like we've learned from a lot of these scams in the past, but they are rearing their ugly heads again. And people are like falling for them, like repeatedly.
Full Stack Live says.
That's all I got.
Being born with the internet doesn't automatically make you risk aware. I'd say it does the opposite.
Symmetric says.
Okay.
I'd say social media has conditioned the youth to maintain the HS mentality. Adult children stunted are easier to manipulate and control. I would really like to show people how easy it is to find information about them.
It's about
Like
that. There has to be.
Where I box them with their permission to showcase just how much can be learned from it.
As nice as.
I had a buddy give his info to a call center scam a few years back. They had all his info likely from the hack.
Why don't we? Oh my God. I usually... Sorry. Why don't we? Why don't we, Zemetrix? There's a lot there to unpack. And a lot of me's already out there. I mean...
Symmetric says.
Cause him a loser equals. I don't ever actually do anything. Big sad.
Self-deprecation is my jam, Zemetrix. And I'll ping you.
Also, I miss when Google Maps didn't blur things.
Anyone just asking says.
I know. Can you imagine how long that took? I'm sure they had some automation, but still.
Symmetric says.
And the CADMV used to have smog now.
Full Stack Live says.
I'll take a quick breakfast break. Barrel.
Sounds good, full stack. Oh my gosh, I was trying to shout you out. I don't know if I did that. Like I would be okay with almost anything I have out on LinkedIn, Facebook, like that kind of thing. But I know you have probably tools that go deeper. So what I'm saying is we can put almost everything on the screen related to me. I'd like to leave my kids and wife out of it. But obfuscate all the deep dive shit, like show everything that's like publicly available on like social media that I would be aware of that I have out there. And then we could obfuscate everything else. I'll ping you.
CADMV used to have a site you could plug in a license plate hash and get smog history, like city/station they got smogged at. And results/pass/fail/gross polluter. Well, yeah, you get extended family, parse their photos. Go into public records,
That's what I mean.
gov related, etc. It would be fun.
Yep. I can make it a video one too. I can make it a video one and we can blur. You probably won't want to show
That's
your
nice
face.
is.
I googled my name and everything is there. Sucks to have a unique name.
Okay. Yep, good talk.
Symmetric says,
I used to have a webcam in my dash that was connected to a laptop in my trunk. My own custom ALPR that would look up the city for that car.
Thomas Milner says,
Hey, Thomas.
Come on.
translated from Indonesian.
Thomas near lunar? Can you explain that? Near lunar? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. I'm Theo. This is a little bit about me. Welcome to Painful
Thomas
IT.
Milner says,
My company is near lunar.
Thank you. Can we look them up on stream? What do y'all do?
Yeah.
Cool.
Web link.
I'll click on that.
Software house.
Hold on. I'll click on that. And as of last count, I've only been rickrolled one time on stream since the beginning of the year. So how about we do something about that?
You try again.
No one was talking to you, Siri.
I'm not sure I understand.
Symmetric says,
Lamau.
translated
Hey.
from Haitian Creole.
Hey, wait. Hey, they're not always listening. Huh? They're not always listening?
Fomacina says,
The year is young. Tongue.
Thomas Milner says,
Dark Reader is killing my boy.
I'll get rid of that. That way we see how it actually looks. Ooh. Near lunar. Out of this world development. Leading edge software development firm. Fostering stellar relationships between clients and developers.
Hua says,
Camera.
Thanks. I'm just reading the front of the
Anyone
website.
Just asking says,
Switch scenes.
You switch scenes, Ravi. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm just joking, Ravi.
Thomas Milner says,
I got a Comptia ISA Plus and GCE cert. Saw the Sec Plus, thought I might pop over.
Thank you very much. I am a junior pen tester by trade. I do dabble in development, like that much. I cobble things together more than actually program or code. I have to.
Symmetric says,
Bro. Web link.
Metrics.
What the hell near lunar fraud?
Yes. I can't pause it.
You know the rules. And
Not only did Symmetrics put me in a state of, oh my God, what the F did Symmetric just do to my stream and find and post something like that while we have the guy from Near Lunar and his company on? Why the F would he do that? Symmetrics also rickrolled me at the same time. Holy shit. With the fists. Wow. Near Thomas, wow. You know what sucks about that whole thing right there? I'm not going to be able to clip that in under a minute because I was freaking out so much trying to get to my channel to delete. I was trying to get to my channel to get to the to delete the. Oh my God. So good. So good, Symmetrics. You can't do part 1, part 2 shorts. Come on. Wow. I mean, I'll make a whole highlight out of it. I need to marker it now. I need to create a new role somewhere and to give you the Rickroll God title in the Discord. Oh my God. Thomas, thank you for your patience there. Okay. Stellar Services. We specialize in a wide range of software development services, including custom software development, mobile app, web application development, software consultancy. Our solutions are meticulously designed to address unique business requirements, ensuring scalability and robustness. You're making a pivot from this soon? Oh my God, I killed TTS too because
what the hell near Luna Ford?
Thomas Nealuna says.
That was a good one. I keep Rob's grab now.
Yeah, I usually dox
Symmetric
myself once a
says.
stream.
Uma'u.
Translated from Haitian Creole. Fomachina says.
Lol.
Morning, Fo Machina.
Symmetric says.
Why would you want to?
Thomas Nealuna says.
I was in cybersecurity for like 3 years then left. Was in a boring corp job.
Symmetric says.
Show us your O face.
I'm in the
Because-
opposite right now. The company I'm with, we are growing it out. We do information security risk assessments. We confirm them through HIPAA, CMMC, and we can also include a penetration test in that. So it's anything but boring.
Because you're 100% susceptible to it. Curiosity killed the it manager.
Anyone just asking says.
Lamir 2 makes sense.
Symmetric says.
Lamau 100% gotta learn the dance moves.
With them fists, man.
Translated from Haitian Creole. Anyone just asking says.
Theo can speak, embarrassed smiley face.
Symmetric says.
What? Greater than? Can't? That's all I see? BRB think I fixed the motherboard/logic board in my vinyl plotter. Gotta test it out. I mean, if you're ever using PowerShell, I could rickroll you there. Smile smile.
Thomas Muelliner says.
I'm making a pivot soon.
Symmetric says.
Or if you want to SSH, I can let you SSH into a rickroll.
Yes.
Muelliner says.
Symmetrics
Moving
both.
to a niche of building
We
for
want to do them
scale.
both.
That is where I specialize.
We want to do the controlled docs of me on the podcast. What were both of those? PowerShell Rickroll. SSH into Rickroll. Okay, so Thomas, you're going to be moving to niche of building for scale. To a niche of building for scale.
Thomas Muelliner says.
Yeah.
That is outside of my scope completely. There's a lot that goes into that. I think it sounds great that you have the experience, the security background
Muelliner
experience.
says.
So
I spoke to a business dev manager and just gave me pointers.
sure. I think it's great that you have that security background. Do you have that? Do you have that? I don't know. Is it just you? Do you have a team of people that does? I'm sorry, DevSecOps.
Just me and my wife.
Cool.
I do everything on the DevOps, security side. Wife is a UX/UI designer.
Cool. Feel free. It's a small one, but it's a good community. I have business professionals in there. It is a lot more security related. But in the Discord, if you want to, you can post and show off. Website design and development. Elevate your online presence with Nearluna's website design and development service. We're cutting
Went
edge.
full-time for my company about 1 year ago and now I am 21 and thriving.
That's cool. Wait, you're 21 years in or 21 years old? Good either way, actually, if you think about it.
I am super young for my skill set.
Good for you. I'm super old for my skill set. These jokes are more for me. If
Started
anyone has
commercially developing at 15. For local small companies.
starting commercially developed products when you're 15, you're 21 now, so 6 years ago, would still be a complicated time for developing on the interwebs. Partner with us to craft bespoke. I don't know how to say that word. Digital experiences that captivate your audience and drive your business forward. MVP development. Transform your vision into reality with Near Lunar's MVP development service, where we turn big ideas into market-ready products with precision and speed. Trust us to build strong foundation for your success, ensuring your MVP not only enters the market, but stands out from the competition. Custom web and app development. Unleash the full potential and tailored software. Near Learner's custom web app development. Sharing your solution.
Website .vtn. Too much flexibility and choice and feature churn between frameworks.
We're your allies in innovation, meticulously engineering applications that deliver exceptional user experiences and operational excellence. Very cool. Thomas, do you feel that web apps that are out there are largely deployed secure, not secure, or somewhere in the middle? Or another answer?
Majority no.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing. I was boring the audience with non-repudiation.
I have done with project takeovers from other companies for cheap software house, and security was not even a consideration.
That's the next level that I want to get into. I use developing loosely because I'm not a developer. I am putting together, I'm cobbling together our phishing platform, our phishing framework. But I don't want to do simulations. I want to do true adversarial approaches to phishing campaigns. It'll take a little bit more time.
Don't think about security, it is bad.
Agree. So after I'm done putting together this phishing framework that we can use repeatedly, I want to move on to web app pen testing.
Web link.
Thank you. I'll click on that.
That is my currently internal project. For security sector.
Phomacinus is.
I tried to use
Just send
Alien
fucking
Vault. I
Max
could not
slow.
figure out their platform or their API or anything that I could. I mean, that's an indicators of compromise platform, right? I'm just querying the NIST NVD currently. I got a giant stack of queries that I am in the middle of. I got to quit saying trying. I am in the middle of developing some kind of way to query them and put them into something usable.
Not Richie says.
Yes, try implies failure. There is only do. There is no try.
Yep. I gotta stop saying that. I've said that in the past with the trucking company because it pads expectations for the customers who expect miracles to happen, like overnight. But working on this stuff, I have to stop saying try. Very cool. I do like do some fucking maths.
Not Richie says.
Hello, Thomas Lear Lunar. Looks like a cool project.
Thomas Nealina says.
It will be fun.
There's a massive issue concerning the presence of too many intelligence platforms for domains, emails, and IPs. Atlas aims to fix this by aggregating, standardizing the data to make it easy to understand. The engine seeks to develop a rewarded user submission system that promotes user reporting and provides reliable first-party data and improve the accuracy of risk scoring. All data will be subjected to a heuristic algorithm allowing for both initial and evaluative measures of identity representation. There's a lot there.
Basically rewriting the architecture. I overcomplicated it.
As nice as.
Some of these voices are hilarious.
You didn't tell me how to say your name too. Is Asnai good? Or maybe you did and I missed it. You can change your voice here.
Not Richie says.
Asnei, you can customize it. I can't recall the site. Something like Verinicetes.
Sorry, some of these are placeholders. I realize.
As nice as.
Asni is the closest I can come up
Asni. Thank you. Asnay, actually. Probably Asnay.
Yeah.
Thomas Nealina says.
Doing a Golang event in 12 days will be fun.
What Golang event? What do you mean? What is that?
First 2024 event where I am speaker. Golang is a programming language.
So where's the event? Is it, will it be broadcast? Are you in the States or are you overseas? or are you somewhere else?
I am planning to broadcast or release a record.
Not Richie says.
Pretty neat. I'm a bit of a golf fan. Nothing to do W/my nem tu.
Thomas Mueller
Wink.
says.
Web link.
Hold on. Hold on. Well, I didn't mean to put that location on the screen. You know how else's UK is MSEC. That's where I think I've actually seen that on some of his I don't know what I'm looking at. You had me a pizza. Love 30-minute talks, by the way. An hour is too long. In some instances. Wish I was nearby. Thank you for sharing, Thomas. Yeah, if you have a recording of it.
An hour is too long.
Yeah, you can boil it down, or you can put in your hits. And 30 minutes.
I was booked an hour originally.
I mean, so basically, this is backwards and forwards. You create a hash out of it. You apply your private key to it. That creates a digital signature, and you send that to the person with the plain text. And then you do all that in reverse, but except with Alice's Alice's public key.
As nice as.
You never give anyone the private.
You never give, meaning me? Anyone the private? My wife begs to differ. Thank you. Please stop.
7 he B1 SH0 says.
You did at least twice.
You one just asking.
I did
says.
what?
Dick.
Translated from Dutch.
Oh, at least twice, because I got 2 kids.
I thought this was a family stream.
Yeah.
7 he B1
They're not awake yet.
Says.
Gave the priority.
Symmetric says.
Lucky you. I'd hate to have woke children.
As nice as.
They're not too bad.
I only have one kid.
I think we're grounding them. I think they're not grounding them. At least none of them have. Neither of them have. I mean, everyone's gonna have their own opinion on things.
Symmetric says.
Yay, grounding is right.
Not Richie says.
There it is.
Symmetric
They're
says.
earthed.
In the correct context.
They are they are aware that this world owes them shit. And if they want something, they're going to have to work hard for it. I think that is a main theme in our house. If you say you're going to do something, do it. You promise something, do it. If you want something, you are going to have to work for it. And to do that, it takes time. Theo's family fun time.
100% would get booted from your home equals.
As nice as.
That's awesome.
Not Richie says.
Marshmallow experimente.
Uh-oh, I don't know what that is.
Symmetric says.
I've still got to set up my noon. The damn thing dropped $40 since I bought it.
What in the hell? What are you two talking about? Is the marshmallow experiment a thing?
Not Richie says.
It's a study on a child's ability to delay in gratification and how that affected their success later in life.
Symmetric says.
Yes.
Translated from Indonesia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that
Kids.
before. Yep, I've seen that before.
And willpower. If my kids ate the marshmallows right away, I'd disown them. Lol.
So would you walk in with the little stick with the little bag hanging from it and says, "All right, you gotta go. you gotta get out of here. Hey. I don't make the rules. But you gotta go."
Nah. I'd just be like, just remember, this is your fault. And send them packing.
Not Richie says.
I'm not mad.
Hobo Rosso.
I'm just disappointed. And you brought this on yourself. So hit the bricks. The hobo hustle. There was something else that was said in there.
Symmetric says.
Wait, can we say hobo still?
I think hobo is still okay. Easy. Easy.
Not Richie says.
Yes, someone told me I can say psi.
You want just asking.
GoPro's voice is so hard to understand. I have to go and look at it.
Check. Not Richie says.
But it's literally my abbreviation.
As nice as.
If people can identify as half the things I can say hobo.
Easy. Let's bring it back. Remember, the focus is on me.
I had someone
Old boomer trying to. Oh my god, I just called myself a
someone who
boomer.
doesn't mind slurs against others, though, so I continue to repeat.
Old fart trying to teach himself new things. You had someone go off on you for saying hobo? Mind slurs against others, so. Oh.
Digital
New to
signatures
me.
aren't new. Bud goddamn chhhhhhh.
Translated from Estonian.
Yeah, someone told me I can't say your name. Bro, slow yo. Oh,
Phone
gypsy.
Macinus is.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, I guess hobo is offensive. Whatever.
I mean, oh, you got SSD on board storage. That's what that is. I'm still back in NVMe.
Symmetric says.
Homo sapiens.
As nice as.
I need to switch to M.2.
Symmetric says.
From what? SATA?
Tape drives.
Not Richie says.
Weblink.
Oh, this is still 1.2. Who's the asshole?
Symmetric says.
iOmega zip disks.
As nice as.
I'll click on that.
Yeah, is that a SSD?
Translated from Tagalog. Symmetric says.
Yeah.
Son of a
S
bitch.
if you run Linux. Boot to desktop in 900 milliseconds. From post.
I'm going to delete that. It's okay. I can delete that. And then I can make the mod, the VOD. I can private the VOD.
Yeah, but what about the copies we all have?
Yeah, what about them?
Not Richie says.
Each DLP is king. Already have a local copy. I will share on Discord.
Symmetric says.
Want us to store them on social media?
Okay, everyone relax. Everyone just calm down. I've called myself worse.
Web link.
Not Richie says.
Oh man, Master Blaster would be so excited.
Yeah, I bet. Just made a redeem called Theo with this little dancing thing calling me a boomer.
Symmetric says.
Lol. What a great scene you're at. You can't deny what you've said. Therese, no taking it back.
As nice as.
Need to get Hackerman glove.
I have Hackerman gloves. It's just not in the morning. It's warm down here. It'll get cold as soon as the sun comes up for some reason. That's hilarious. Hey, I gotta put Small Beanie Hacker on the bus.
Forgot to mention the Browns earlier.
Oh yeah?
They got a chance the way they're playing.
As a seasoned Cleveland Browns fan.
Not Richie says.
Have a good day.
As long as I'm watching playable football, I'm happy. I can't remember the last time I was watching football with my team into December. Probably the last time. Well, it was just a couple years ago, but before that. My expectations are low, so when they do win, I'm all that much more happier. Go Browns. Hey, we're going to raid someone.
I'm a Pats fan, so we're hurting.
Yeah, you are. Y'all won for a long time, though. But I'm sure Belichick will turn around. Well, maybe not. He's getting a little old. All right, we're going to rate Pirate Software. No, White Panther, I'm sorry.
Have a good day. I'm gonna pass out for a few hours before I go to work.
Theo says.
Raid White
There's
4 and
the
3R.
alarm for Small Beanie. What did I just do?
Phonacina says.
Belichick all out of everyone's place.
I don't know what I was doing.
You the one just asking says.
Bleed purple.
All right, gang. Ravi, Symmetrix, GoPro, Phomachina.
Ajuku says.
BTW. What do you
Asne.
think about it? You talking about deleting a clip and having you can deny what you've said at the same time.
Yeah.
You the one just asking says.
Bye, a great rest of our day.
I know. I'm
Phonacina
joking.
says.
I don't give a shit.
See ya.
I say all kinds of dumb
Translated
shit.
from Tagalog. Metric says.
A Rick roll a day keeps the SOA low.
Dude, that was excellent. I'm going back and grabbing that. If I have to highlight the thing to keep it, I will, but that was some next level shit, Symmetrix. Hey, a lot of emotes and raid there for White Panther. I don't think my raid message is working. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. No, do that on your own.
7HB1SH0P says.
Thank you.